Recently, it was gathered that President Goodluck Jonathan's campaign for 2015 presidential elections has raised a whopping 21.27 billion naira as against General Buhari raising 54.4 million naira. Though the APC presidential candidate says his funding strength comes from the support of the average Nigerian. But the PDP has taken a swipe on the general, telling him to stop misleading Nigerians. On the other hand, critics of President Jonathan's campaign are threatening to take legal action against the PDP presidential candidate for allegedly contravening the Section 91 of the Electoral Act, which says campaign funding should not exceed 1 billion naira, while single donations should not also exceed 1 million naira. We had a chat with the Director of Communications of Buhari Campaign Group, Mr. Dele Alake. It says the PDP campaign fund of 21.27 billion naira is not a reflection of President Jonathan's popularity because the fund is being raised by mysterious people who will demand a plowback of their investments after the 2015 elections. Take a listen.
The very first press statement I issued was based on that. I said I used that statement to set the tone for the campaign from our own perspective. And I did say, if you care to read the statement again, I said this campaign would be issue-based from the Buhari perspective, and that we were not going to engage in name-calling or insult-hauling and abuses and all that, because those things obfuscate the germane issues that concern the welfare of our people. We really have to engage in issue-based campaign because these issues really concern everybody, young, old, rich, poor. The issue of electricity generation and distribution, for instance, concerns all and sundry. It goes across the political divide, across social strata. It affects everybody. Electricity has been the most important discovery in the last 1,000 years. And Nigeria is still a toddler. In fact, we are tottering and we haven't gotten it right. That's an issue. There's no meaningful development without constant electricity supply. So that is a very germane issue. The issue of insecurity also affects everybody. Apart from the Boko Haram insurgency, which is largely in the northeast, it has created an atmosphere of fear all over Nigeria, even here in Lagos or in Abuja. So that also is very, very key, very critical. The issue of infrastructure, roads, education, social services. Nigeria is in the doldrums. There's economic collapse. There's a crash of revenue and all of that. These are issues that should concern the campaign. Every candidate must come before the people with his own solutions proffered to solve these problems. And in any case, the incumbent government should run on its own antecedents and records, not on abuses. It's only when you have nothing concrete, no substance to present before the people, that you resort into abuses and engage in insults and all that.
Now,
we're not
talking
going to do
about
that.
name calling now. Talking about name calling, your party, in fact, the National Publicity Secretary of your party has been reported to have called the PDP a Janus-faced bumbling party. How would you react to such, which runs against
that was in the
non-name
past.
calling?
That
was just recent.
No, that wouldn't be before the emergence of our candidate. You know, of course, both parties had been engaged in brickbats before the emergence of our candidate. Once our candidate, General Buhari, emerged and the campaign organizational structure was made or created, then I came out and said pointedly, succinctly, that we were not going to engage in name calling. And that's what we've been doing since then. We've been trying to draw out the establishment into engaging in issues and making sure that they present their records. Of course, we can, in the process, criticize their policies. That's not insult, that's not name calling. We have a right as a people to criticize the policies of our government, and that's what we intend to do.
So now let's come to the issue of funding, the politics of funding now. We got recent reports that General Muhammadu Buhari, the APC presidential candidate, has been able to raise 54.4 million naira. And he's saying that the funding strength is coming from an average Nigerian. But some people have accused him and have called him to stop misleading Nigerians that is not true. How do you react to such comment?
No, he has not misled Nigerians in any way at all. In fact, he has been very, very, very pungent, on that issue, that his campaign funding will be derivable from the masses of the people. One is to give them a sense of participation, mass participation. Secondly, and very, very significantly, is the fact that he is not going to be beholden by the money bags. Because when the money bags fund your campaign, automatically they hold you by the jugular. And then you are now circumscribed from enunciating and conceptualizing policies for the greatest good of the greatest number of our people. So he is not going to do that. It's going to be a departure from the norm. That's why he's going to rely largely on the people to fund his campaign, such that nobody, no money bag, no big wig will be able to hold him by the jugular and circumvent those policies, right policies, positive policies for the people.
When you make comparison of a 54.4 million naira as against the PDP that has been able to raise a whopping over 21 billion naira for President Goodluck Jonathan's campaign, do you feel daunted or hampered that General Buhari's campaign might be limited, might be inhibited?
Not at all.
Strength?
Not at all, because...
But does that translate to how far this election will swing?
Not at all. Not at all. On the contrary, what it connotes and denotes is that PDP is just an aggregation of people who are holding the jugular of Nigeria. A few people, they told you, a few people contributed 21 billion within a few hours. And what we are saying is that we are not going to tread that path. If a few people can hold the nation to ransom, automatically those few people that donated or contributed 21 billion in a few hours are going to hold that government to ransom, because they have to recoup that money from the taxes, from the patrimony, the collective patrimony of Nigerians. That is not how to develop a nation. No, that is why we are basing our own funding on the average Nigerian's contributions. And if you contribute 100 naira in 1 million or 2 million places or 10 million places, you know what that comes into. But that will not enable any single individual or a collection of individuals to hold that particular government to ransom. So you can see the positive effects of our own method of raising funds as against the method of the PDP. And even up till today, they've not been able to name those donors individually. They just generalize, people in the construction industry, people in this other industry and other. Are those people mysterious? Don't they have names? But it's because there is something fishy about it all. And that I'm actually stating that the mode of their contribution and the mystery surrounding the identity of those contributors should show Nigerians so adequately that these people are just a band.
Are you saying that it can't indicate in any way President Goodluck Jonathan's popularity?
Not at all. I just said it, that it is not popularity when mysterious people, a few mysterious people, donate such a huge sum.
Well, you don't have your facts to that.
But the facts are there. They said it themselves. They did. I read all the papers. I read all the reports. They could not name the individuals that donated this 21 billion.
Now let's stay with the concept of an issue-based campaign. And at this point, we have to sift politics away from governance. Now let's look at issues of insurgency. Your own party has been accused of being sympathetic to insurgency, because this insurgent thing is in an area of APC-controlled states. How do you react when
don't you see that is also illogical? How can you, now the Northeast is an area controlled by APC. Now, is it logical for APC to then destabilize its own region? It's illogical. These people are just bereft of ideas. It's because they have no issues. They cannot respond to concrete, substantial issues affecting us in this country. So they resort to name calling. It's an attempt to call a dog a bad name to hang it. How can the APC be sponsoring Boko Haram and then destabilize its own areas where it seeks votes? It's impossible. It's not true. In actual fact, General Buhari has been noted as one of the few people who have a track record of driving out insurgency from our nation. When he was general officer commanding the force in Borno State.
In old situation now.
It's not different. Let me give
from just one town.
No, you must have a historical perspective. It was not just in one state. It was not just in Maitasine. It was also against the Chadian rebels. Go back into the archives and read. I was a reporter then, so I know and I covered some of those things. General Buhari, there were Maitasine insurgents in the Kano Jigawa area. They came in, and he was a GOC then in the northeast, and then he moved into action. And those insurgents, those Maitasine people, were aided actively by the Chadian rebels. What could be more insurgent than the rebels from another country? They came in to aid the Maitasine, and General Buhari mobilized his forces, his division. He was the general officer commanding then, and drove them out. And he, with the aid of the commander of the 1st Division in Kaduna, he drove them out. Not only driving them out of Nigeria, he drove them further into Chad to create a buffer zone, such that they could no longer come into Nigeria. He created a buffer zone so that the Chadian president, Aland, had to contact our Nigerian president, Shagari, at that time, to say that, wow, we were making incursion into his own country. But General Buhari did that, listen to me, he did that without support from the army headquarters, without calling for support. He used the resources of his command, of his division, to do all of that. General Akinrade, Alani Akinrade, is alive, hale and hearty. He was the chief of defense staff. You can go to him to verify what I'm saying. We speak with conviction and with empirical verification.
Now, staying with the issue-based campaign. Now, if the APC is given the opportunity to lead this nation, what plans do you have to curb insurgency?
If you read General Muhammadu Buhari's Christmas statement, part of it is there, that as soon as he's elected president, he intends to consult with serving generals and, mark my words, retired generals, those who have served this country meritoriously in battles abroad and had been so acknowledged. He's going to pull these resources together and then devise a completely different, more efficient, more effective strategy of combating this Boko Haram insurgency. And again, because he has done it before, around the same territory. Oh, what more eloquent testimony do you want or do you require to show that this man has the antecedents and track record of containing insurgency exactly in that part of the country? So he will do it again. And he said that he will consult with serving generals and retired generals because they have a wealth of experience and exposure in these matters, and combine all these resources, harness them to devise a different strategy.